Hello, friends, welcome back to another episode of Dewdrops podcast series, and I am Jensen. In this series, you will hear inspiring thoughts, message, and actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to become a more effective person. And thanks for spending time with me today. Let's begin. In this series, I read about different books, and the book we have now is 30 Days Change Your Habits, Change Your Life. So, the chapter we have for today is the most important hour. The most important hour of your day is composed of 30 minutes after you wake up and the 30 minutes before you fall asleep. This is when your subconscious is very receptive, so it's of big importance what you do in this time. The way you start your day will have a huge impact on how the rest of your day develops. I'm sure you have had days which have started off on the wrong foot and from then on it got worse and worse. Or the opposite, where you woke up with that feeling that everything will go your way and then it did. That's why it's very important to begin your day well. Most of us just get into a rush from the minute one after waking up, and that's how our days unfold. No wonder most people run around stressed nowadays. What would getting up half an hour or an hour earlier every morning do for you? What if instead of hurrying and swallowing down your breakfast or even having it on the way to work, you get up and take half an hour for yourself? Maybe you even create a little morning up ritual with a 10 to 15 minutes meditation. Do you see what this could do for your life if you made it a habit? Here are some activities for the morning ritual. Give it a shot. Think positive. Today is going to be a great day. Remember for 5 minutes what you are grateful for. 15 minutes of quiet time. Imagine the day that is about to start going very well. Watch a sunrise, go running or take a walk, or write in your journal. The last hour of an hour, your day has the same importance. The things you do in the last half an hour before sleeping will remain in your subconscious during your sleep, so that it's time to do the following. Write into your journal again. Now is the time for reflecting on your day. What did you get great? What could you have done even better? Plan your day ahead. What are the most important things you want to get done tomorrow? Make a to-do list for the next day, visualize your ideal day, and read some inspirational blogs, articles, or chapters of a book. Listen to music that inspire you. I highly recommend that you not watch the news or movies that agitate you before you are about to go to sleep. This is because when you are falling asleep, you are highly receptive to suggestions. That's why it's a lot more beneficial to listen or watch positive material. The planning ahead of your day and the list of things to do can bring you immense advantages and time saving. The thing you have to do will already be in your subconscious, plus you will get to work very focused on the next day. If you already know what your priorities are. So the question here is, how will your morning and evenings look from now on? Will you get up 30 minutes earlier and develop a little ritual? What will your last activities be before your sleep? So write down in your journal. And the next thing which we have for today is find your purpose and do what you love. The purpose of life is not to be happy, but It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make difference that you have lived and lived well. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. One of the most important things along your life's journey is the discovery of your purpose. So, what exactly does this mean? It means, does what you love to do. Your answer to the question is, what would you do if success was guaranteed? Or what would you do if you had $10 million, 7 houses, and have traveled to all your favorite destinations? Will lead you to your purpose. You spend more time at your job than with your loved ones, so you better enjoy what you're doing. The State of American Workplace Report states that up to 70% of people are not happy at their work and 50% are not engaged, not inspired, and just kind of present, and around 20% have resigned internally and are actively disengaged. This is where the value exercise comes into picture. The ideal picture is to build your goals around those values and have a job which allows you to live according to your values. You don't have to rush into something new, but you can start doing more of the things you love. It sounds like a jargon, but when you have found your purpose, things will start to fall into place. You will start to attract people, opportunities, and resources naturally, and incredible things will start to happen. Nothing attracts success more than something who is doing what they love to do. If you feel like you are driving without a roadmap or a GPS and don't really know where to go, or if you never quite know what you are doing here and why, you feel kind of lost and empty, then that's a sign that you have not found your purpose. But don't worry, that can be fixed in no time. You can find clues to your purpose by examining your values, skills, and passions and ambitions, and by taking a look at what you are good at. Here are some more questions that should help you. Have the courage to answer them to yourself and write them down. Nobody else but you can see the answers. So don't skip this part. Who am I? Why am I here? And why do I exist? Answer these questions. What do I really want to do with my life? And when do I feel fully alive? What were the highlights of my life? What am I doing when time flies by? What inspires me? What are my greatest strengths? What would I do if success was guaranteed? So, this is enough for today, and thanks for spending time with me today. And make sure to subscribe this channel. Thank you.